Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Habib Highlights. Today I would like to invite you, my two special guests, Fat Asian.
What the
please welcome Keon Rikoya and Flint Soroka.
Yeah.
Fucking clap, alright?
Yeah, let's go.
Alright, let's talk about Andrew Tate. What are your opinions on Andrew Tate?
What a goat.
Free up.
No, I'm joking, but
Yeah, go.
nah, I'm not for or against him. I just think that the guy, he's a bit of an egomaniac. That's the best way to put it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Some of the core stuff he says is actually quite intelligent and knowledgeable, but he's just completely blown everything out of proportion in the way that he, boosts his own ego and thinks he's better than everyone else and flexes his wealth and whatnot. Mm. He's not very humbled. You know what I mean? That's the main thing.
Mm. Keon?
Yeah, pretty much same. He just says a lot of shit, but like some of it is true.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Now, one good thing about Andrew Tate is I like how he talks about discipline.
It starts with their dad.
Yes.
So their dad was very intelligent, and I think they still had a fairly hard upbringing, difficult upbringing because of that. But their dad had disciplined them a lot and really put them in line, and that's how the boys faced a lot of hard and challenging times, but that grew them to be as strong and as resilient as they are today.
Yeah.
Because without that, with the media beating down and whatnot, and the fact they can still stand up there and give their 2 cents and have a presence on the internet is quite impressive. They haven't just backed down and gone hidden away or whatever. Yeah. They're not dumb, and pretty much I think the whole message is that hard times build strong people. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Difficult and challenging times builds resilience and discipline and all those things.
Yeah, I think that also has to do with with their upbringing because of they grew up poor.
Yeah,
because they had nothing. What I'm trying to say is hard life teaches you.
Hard times create strong men.
Yeah.
And then strong men create good times, but then good times create weak men.
Yes.
And that's comfort in Western society nowadays, where you have pleasures literally everywhere.
Yeah.
And then good times create weak men, and then weak men create hard times.
Yeah, it's a cycle. I've seen that before.
Yeah.
It's about what car you drive. I've seen a speech about it starts off with riding or just walking, then you ride a bike, drive a car, drive a better car. You're driving a Lamborghini or Ferrari.
Yeah.
Then the next generation after that, you're back to walking again because you know what I mean. You have it so easy that then you've got no discipline and whatever those same key resilience and whatnot attributes that you're not able to fend for yourself.
Yeah.
One thing that I think Andrew Tate really excels at is he pushes the whole body image movement and whatnot. Yeah. And in one of his podcasts or whatever, online clips, he said that a guy messaged him saying he was depressed and he wanted to off himself. Mm-hmm. Right? Andrew Tate told the guy, go to the gym and talk to him when you have a six-pack. The guy got a six-pack and his mental state has rapidly increased. And I think that that's one of the best things that Andrew Tate is excelling is the whole body positivity movement, right? It's not accepting that being fat isn't being fat. It's called plus size model and all this shit that society's pushing. It's actually go get your ass in the gym, get yourself disciplined, get a bit of self-respect for yourself, and you'll see, the improvements. You'll see it all through your mindset, your physicality, your social life, everything. Your mental state will all be rapidly improved just off of a better, body, better health, better physical, presentation, I guess.
Yeah, that's good. I mean, speaking about gym, do you guys go to gym?
Yeah.
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 Every day, yeah?
Well,
Try to.
Yeah.
About 3 days on, 1 day off, essentially.
What are your routines?
Usually a push-pull leg split.
Yeah.
I've heard that's the best for probably building muscle.
Mm-hmm. You, Flynn?
Yeah, I've been changing it up a little bit, but back and buys, chest and triceps, legs, and then probably a shoulder day, and then restart the cycle over again.
Yeah.
It gives more time for each muscle group to rest. However, I find I'm doing more compound workouts, so you're crossing over, your muscle groups. Let's say on legs, you do a bit of back as well, and chest and triceps, you generally do a bit more shoulders and whatever.
Yeah.
So you just try and space it out. The best you can.
Yeah. Have you seen any improvements, like physically or mentally?
Not so much. I haven't really noticed anything mentally, but definitely physically. You definitely notice it. If it's you come back a couple of weeks later, you're realizing you're lifting a lot more. You've got more energy. You know what I mean? Just overall more strength and whatnot. Definitely helps. But it's all about consistency because I don't notice any improvements if I'm not going very often or if I lack, if I slack off a bit. But if you're going consistently, 100% definite improvements. It's time to get back on the bulk for me, I reckon. I've cut a decent amount, but if I go too much further, it's just not going to be any point. I'm not going to get any more reward out of it. I think I have to kind of bulk up again so then I can build more muscle, but we'll see how we go.
It's going to be the complete opposite for me. I really need to go on a cut because I built up the physicality. I built up the muscle over the past year. I've basically been lean bulking all throughout my final year of high school, and I just think it's time for a cut. So I can see my abs very finally.
Oh, that's
so.
good.
What was your other gym like?
Oh, Plus Fitness. I swear that place was a scam because it was 300 for 6 months. Yeah. A whole year that cost $600. Derrimut.
Wow.
I literally cost $300 for the entire year, and my parents were still nagging me on about it. They're going "Oh no, it's too far. But it's just a better price, and it's way larger as well.
Yeah, no, our Plus Fitness, you're listening to Target music, bro. The music that you hear in Target,
what
bro.
was the uni gym you used to go to? The uni.
The uni gyms, so uni SA gyms. It was local, and also it was quiet basically, yeah. But the only problem is that there was not many gym equipments, not enough facilities. But overall, it wasn't bad, I know, of course. I mean, now if you compare it to Derrimut, that's a huge gym business, by the way. It's also I could be wrong. I think they have 2 Derrimut gyms in Melbourne, or
nah, bro, they have way more in Melbourne.
Probably way more. Yeah, I know there's one probably in Geelong, and somewhere else.
There's one in Derrimut. It's suburb.
Oh yeah.
They would have them all over. They've got them everywhere. But a couple in Sydney, I think, as well. Melbourne, whatnot. All the love to Nick, the owner, but I reckon I've got to move gyms. I'm seriously considering it.
Well, why is that? What
out.
don't you like about Derrimut? What's the problem with Derrimut?
I really think that the attitude of the gym, the kind of vibe and the feel is not. People aren't. I mean, sure, you've got your people there that are serious, people that lift, but overall, people aren't serious. People don't take it serious. It's more of a social thing for people rather than an actual lifting thing. I know a couple of you boys go as well, but it's I can see as any other time, we can meet up any other time. It shouldn't be about going to the gym. Now, I'm not saying that it's us the ones that are socializing, right? But you've got massive groups of people, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 people at once standing around one machine. It's what are you even doing? People that are blocking other machines, people that are talking, people very unhygienic.
Yeah.
They don't bring gym towels. They don't wipe down their stuff. They leave sweat stains on all the equipment.
Yeah.
And during the peak hours, it's no better than using a small gym like you boys used to be at because you can't even access half the equipment. You know what I mean? When you actually look at it, it's more that Derrimut just has more quantity of the same equipment rather than having more of a variety. Yeah. Yes, they do have more stuff, don't get me wrong, but a lot of the amount of squat racks they got there and the amount of treadmills, the amount of stepping machines and lat pull downs and all that stuff, right? It's you could go to a gym a third the size that would have just as much variety of equipment. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's I could go somewhere else, and find that, I reckon, without the added bullshit of having people interrupting me and whatever.
Mm-hmm. What about you, Ken? Are you going to stay at Derrimut for the
I think I'll stay at Derrimut for a bit. So far, I'm really liking the place. Mostly because it's way better compared to Plus Fitness. But what Flynn said could be true. I could eventually become annoyed by everything.
Yeah.
Yeah. When did you join?
I joined December.
December, right?
December 19th.
Oh, it's not sorry. Yeah, my membership runs out in February, so yeah, I'll see about it then. But with that, I want to get into some sort of a physical like martial arts or like a boxing or like Muay Thai or something like that. Yeah. I'm just kind of testing the waters and talking to people and whatnot and seeing what their thoughts are. I mean, everyone's different. The consensus seems to definitely be Muay Thai would be best.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And that's definitely influenced by my stepdad, my stepbrother, whatnot, who went over to Thailand to go and train that stuff for like 5 years. Real serious stuff. Mm-hmm. He knows a lot of people, really good connections, and he's trained it for like all his life. And he's really recommending it. He said it's really good in that sense. He also said that boxing was a good one, but I think that a lot of the boxing gyms in Adelaide aren't the best, in that sense. Like it's it's more of a social thing, rather than an actual focus, lifestyle type of.
Did you hear about how the US Open Cup banned Salt Bay after the World Cup incident?
Why are they
after the World Cup incident? Because of Q counts. Why? Don't ask me that.
Yeah, well, I actually don't know. He was touching the trophy or something, and apparently that was really bad.
After Argentina won the 2022 World Cup, Salt Bay was seen on the soccer pitch interacting with players and taking pictures with them during the celebration. He was also pictured taking pictures of himself holding the World Cup trophy, as well as selfies with other players such as Messi. Yeah.
So is that like he's trying to steal the fame of the World Cup? I guess it's
like stealing the moment. I think that's rule. You can't no one can hold the trophy except for I'm guessing the winners. The winners.
Yeah.
Of the World Cup.
Well, it was when he put his hand on the globe. I think that's when people were really offended because that's like his claiming as his own.
According to the article, as a result of his conduct, FIFA admitted that he breached its rules by invading the pitch and is conducting an internal investigation to see how the chef got onto the pitch. So I don't think he was supposed to be on the pitch. He's such a stupid guy, bro.
Probably I remember connections or something.
Yeah, no, because I remember from past experience. So like, when I was in Dubai 3 years ago. So here's a photo. For the photo, yeah. The food quality was crap, and one problem with all these restaurants, he overcharges. Expensive food. I remember I saw on an Insta post. Actually, it was posted by him, showing like the receipt, like one of the guests paid 161,000 dirhams, which in Australian dollars, I could be wrong, around 80 grand. Just for food.
It's literally a scam, bro.
Yeah, it's scam.
Well, he's charging for his popularity. That's like why all the prices are so high.
It was a rip-off there. I remember we just wanted to just have a normal burger there. Like, because apparently people said like, oh yeah, his burger was good. His burger is really good, by the way. But they charged us for 200 dirhams, which in Australian dollar, like nearly $100. Oh, I think just around $100 just for a burger. And then after that, I was like, yeah, it's not worth it. Like, it's not worth it for the experience or anything. He's quite rude, not a nice person.
How much was the steak itself?
I want to say that it was 300 Australian dollars. I think it was more, yeah. He really charged. We only went there just for an experience, just for one time only. Yeah. Even that one time was not worth it. Like, I don't think I'll ever go to his restaurant again.
Yeah, wow.
So, yeah. But,
I don't know. I think his whole business model is a little bit off. He's riding the wave of... So he's gotten famous off of just sprinkling salt on meat, and he's taken his whole character and personality and has built his fame off of that one simple salt sprinkle, which is just a recipe for disaster. Because you'll eventually die out. People get sick of it. There's nothing new. You can't change up and do a different type of finishing move on his meat or whatever.
What do you mean by that, bro? Say something cool?
But like Salt Bay, like damn, he sprinkled salt on meat.
Look, it says even though he has not yet been banned from the World Cup, as of the time of writing, he has been officially banned from the US Open Cup, which is good. They shouldn't bring him. And also, according to the FIFA's guidelines, only World Cup winners and heads of state are allowed to touch the trophy. So you can see in the video, he's just yanking the trophy off the players. And he just, I think he kissed the trophy. Either way, he was just touching it.
Put his hand on it, he was holding it.
Sprinkling salt, like...
He was trying to chase after Messi as he was trying to get away, and trying to Messi photo or whatever. And it was just
stupid chef, without a doubt,
Yeah, nah. I think that after this, he's going to be properly cancelled. Well, let's be real. His popularity has been draining ever since what 2018 or whenever it was.
2016 for sure.
2016. There we go. Right, and he's just trying to obviously get back in the news, trying to get popular, whatnot. There's only so long he can ride this wave. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And from now on, it's just going to be downhill for sure.
He's just.
It's just disrespect.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Big disrespect. Yeah. Thank you for coming on the Habib highlights. And I hope you guys had a great time.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Habibi.
Yep, all good.